Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another live stream. Back to another live stream. Back
100 times?
to another live stream.
200 times?
Back.
500 times?
Probably.
Who is Jose Arteaga?
Jose Arteaga is a YouTube content creator with several channels focusing on different themes.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Thing sucks.
His main channels include travel vlogs and lifestyle content. On his travel channel, Jose Arteaga Travels.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Additionally, he runs a cooking channel and engages in other personal projects that highlight his diverse interests and expertise. Projects and expertise. Projects and expertise. Projects, project, 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 projects,
If we can figure out how to establish a high bandwidth neural interface, then you're no longer a house cat.
Robots will be able to do everything better than us. Robots going down the street, killing people are definitely under stress. AI is a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization. I think we should be really concerned about AI. I'm definitely under stress. We're already a cyborg, buy a ticket and move to Mars. We are summoning a demon, stab the bloody thing through the heart. We're already a cyborg, save up enough money to move to Mars. We are summoning a demon, we're done with everything we are. Where are the aliens? Maybe they are among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. We're already a cyborg.
Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome back to another shit show. I mean, that's basically what this is. But another Jose Unleashed. Shout out to everyone out there in the audience. Shout out to everyone out there watching. Hope everybody's ready to rock and roll and have some fun today. And you already know how we do here. We like to, get the show started as intensely as possible. Or whatever. Anyway, so so
Sony, an orange cat.
hold on a second. Wrong button. So the reason I'm doing today's show, the reason I chose today's topic, because I have a lot of people wonder. By a lot of people, I mean no people. Wonder how I choose my topics. What I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to discuss, what have you. And I actually have a list, like so many notes, on so many things. But anyways, I got lists of topics that I would like to cover, kind of things that I have in my back pocket, stories or anecdotes or what have you from my life that I could always just jump to. What I try to do every week is if something catches my eye, something a little bit off, out there in the internets, I like to, kind of set it aside. And if it's a worthy topic, to talk about, well, let's talk about that. So the other day, while I was doom scrolling, you know how we doom scroll when you're on Instagram or on TikTok or Facebook or whatever it is you're at, you're just scrolling, and then before you know it, like 3 hours pass. So the other day I was on the toilet. I'm sorry. I was sitting down, like everyone else that uses the phone, right? And as I was sitting on the toilet and I was scrolling through. Hold on, I got my sound effects. Oh yeah, I do. All right, I need a. Bruh. And I was scrolling through. I saw this and it caught my eye. Now, it didn't have this text, or voiceover. It was basically the same video, but in the video, the text was more like saying, this is the enthusiasm that you use on a Monday morning at your job. Some shit like that. So basically, it was using this poor cat, to kind of like symbolize you, at your job, or whoever. But I looked into it a little more because I thought it was pretty curious and pretty interesting. And that cat he actually does have a job. He actually is working. That is why the cat looks the way he looks. He's like, bro, I don't want to work. What the fuck am I doing here? So again, as I looked deeper into this, I quickly realized, oh, wait a minute. This is like a thing. Apparently, whatchamacallit, like this is a thing. In fact, I had the article here and I fucking deleted it like an idiot. I'm trying to see if I can find the article. I should have done this earlier. Hold on. How can I find it? What would be the best way to find it? I guess in history, right? And then search. But anyways, hold on a second. What was I saying? Hold on. I got so many things going on. But anyways, so this caught my eye and, I had it in the back of my mind, but it wasn't enough to really have a full conversation on. And then later on, I was on the internets. That's what I'm kind of looking for now. Later on, I was on the internets. And while I was on the internets, I saw a article online of, we call it like in China, now they had pets working or some shit like that. It was pets, dogs are working in China. And I was like, what? What is this? And so like, oh, there it is. Okay, I saw it. Yes, I found it. Here it is. And so I was like, bro, let me share this. So here you go. Let's share this. And then anyways, and then eventually, I was talking to my friend and he's like, yeah, don't be talking about just dogs and cats working. Talk about robots, because robots are also taking your jobs. So I was like thinking to myself, oh, this is like a perfect, kind of like topic to talk about, in the sense that, so many people out there these days are so worried about artificial intelligence and robots and machines, and all this stuff, taking their jobs, immigrants, everybody is doing their job except for them. Everyone is doing a better job, than they are at that same job than them. And so, this is like kind of like a running theme. So obviously we already know about the robots and the AI that are taking over, and we all know about the immigrants that are also taking our jobs. But then when I saw the pets now, the dogs and the cats, are now taking our jobs too, it was like, holy shit. Before I know it, this fucking guy over here is going to take my job. I'm sure you guys are. See, look, right now. Look, you see, that's what I'm saying. If I were to have Lambo, okay, here sitting down and he were actually doing the show, I'm sure you guys would probably have, would like him more than me. He'll probably have more views than me, and he'll probably be a lot more entertaining than me. So again, this is a worry. I mean, obviously we're all worried about this. I mean, it's bad enough that we, have the jobs that we have, for most Americans out there, working, whatever shit job that they have. I know some of us have careers or whatever, but, most Americans, most humans, we just have a regular job. And, obviously, that job is always, was it like that job is never secure and there's always a threat of somebody else taking over at some point. But now, as time goes on, depending on where you're at, but most of you guys in the first world, most of us here, we know fully well that immigrants have been taking our jobs, for a long time. But now robots and soon pets. We're not soon. They're already taking our jobs. So imagine that now, Fido and Heathcliff or Garfield or whatever. I don't know. I can't think of any cat names out there. Do you guys have any pets? Let me know if you guys have any pets. What's your pet's name? But anyways, imagine that your pet can now do your job. Because, there are some jobs out there that an animal could do and probably should do. But, it is what it is. So, let's read this article real quick. I didn't even read this article. I'm not a read article kind of guy here on this channel, but I just thought that this would be pretty funny. At the very least, I was curious. Let's look into it and see what's going on here. Anyways, Jane. Anyways, Jane. Oh wait, there ain't no China. There ain't no one in China named Jane. But whatever. Anyways, Jane George. A 2-year-old, maybe the dog's name is Jane. All right, whatever. No, sent her dog. All right, maybe I should read. I'm dyslexic.
Bruh.
I'm terrible at this. All right, is that too loud? No, maybe not. All right, Jane Zhu sent her dog, a 2-year-old Simonian named OK, after the first day of work in mid-September. Her employer, a dog cafe in Fuzhou in southeastern China. Okay, so that's her employer, a dog cafe. So Jane says, I feel like it's just like parents sending their kids off to school, says the 27-year-old PhD student as she dropped off off at her new part-time job. She wanted her dog to experience a different life, as she and her partner are usually out on weekends. Sending OK to the cafe is a win-win. She gets to play with other dogs and won't feel so lonely. And, now, she's actually paying. This is actually not sounding like a bad idea after all. Maybe I should get Gizmo a job. Maybe I should get Lambo a freaking job. You know what? It's time these motherfuckers get to work, all right? This is probably not a bad idea. This guy can give, mustache rides, horsey rides, right? And, we got Gizmo that can, obviously he can probably be at the dog cafe or something like that. So anywho's, pet cafes are big business in China. Visitors get to interact with animals that roam the shop, allowing the venue owners to charge more for the experience. Customers visiting China's cat and dog cafes usually pay an entrance fee. So around 30 to 60 yuan, which is around $4 to $9 per person. And simply need to order something like a cup of coffee, and then you just hang around with the pets. In addition to, and I'm sure most of you guys have seen these pet cafes by now, right? In addition to being surrounded by other dogs, Zhu says that OK's job in the cafe allows her and her partner to save money. If they leave her at home, they would have to run the air conditioner all day, which gets pricey, or other things. Obviously, it's going to cost you more to keep the dog at home in many cases. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Working. Look at Gizmo over there sleeping like a dog. But anyways, this is pretty interesting though. This is pretty cool and pretty interesting. And like I was saying earlier, it's not just the dogs are taking over the jobs, but so are the robots and the artificial intelligence and all this other stuff. And because I've actually been using artificial intelligence to help me with a few things, and I've been surprised. I've been very, very surprised at how efficient it is and how, good it is. The way I look at artificial intelligence these days, and it's funny because after, thinking about this, I saw an interview, with somebody, and that, it's into like the whole artificial intelligence world. He's like a guy that makes it. And anyway, so my thoughts on this were simply, after using AI for a little bit for various tasks, I immediately just started thinking to myself, oh, wow, this AI, like here, I'll show you what AI I mean. I'm just talking about like ChatGPT. Well, you guys already know. Hold on. But anyways, AIs, like a ChatGPT or, other AIs, that are out there. Hold on, let me. There you go. ChatGPT, I'm sure you guys have seen it or used it before. But long story short, when I first started using it, it was more like a better version of Google. So, when you're using Google search or any kind of search out there, basically, a lot of times these days, when you're using, Google search or, any kind of search engine out there, it's pretty crappy. But most of us use Google search. In fact, I don't know what other, search engines there are out there per se. But I think most of us, all of us really, the only search engine we use is Google. And so, here, I guess, Google search, right? There it is. Just Google search, right? And so the whole thing is that, now these days, whenever you put anything in the search, you're not really getting, really good results back. I know, at this point, since we use search so much and we're so used to this technology, a lot of us, that have been using it for a long time have seen that the search isn't as good as it used to be. And, obviously there's all these things like with censorship and this and that, whatever, but that's besides the point. The thing is that search is just not as good as it used to be. And I think it's because, most of us, there's many factors, but I think one of the factors that most people are not talking about is the fact that, most of us now, in fact, all of us, we know how to use search a lot better than what we used to use it. Back in the day, we barely knew how to use search. Now, most people know how to search. So, for a lot of people out there, when they get limiting results back, they're not happy with those results. So, all of a sudden, with that in mind, and I would ask, and I heard in a podcast that somebody was using ChatGPT like a search engine. And basically, they were just saying, it's like, yeah, many times when you ask Google a question and you're not getting the proper results back, well, what you really should be doing is asking ChatGPT that question. And they'll give you very thorough results. And as soon as I started doing that, I was like, oh my God, now I get it. Wow. So basically, when you ask Google a question, you're just going to get like a bunch of results. Okay, just a bunch of random results there, that are based on what you're searching. Okay, but when you ask the actual question to Google, all right, to ChatGPT, when you actually ask that question to ChatGPT, they're going to give you a really more thorough answer, and you can have a conversation with ChatGPT and go further. So, for example, here. I'll give you a quick example. I'm just trying not to, reveal my. Hold on a second. Let me just do this in the background here. Yeah, I'm just trying to be smart about this. I'd be too stupid. I'm trying to see if we can do an incognito window, so that way it'll be easier for me to explain all of this. Okay. No, hold on a second. Here, check out. What can you watch while I'm doing this? Because I gotta. Oh, yeah, never mind. I got it. Okay. There we go. Boom. All right. Now we're talking. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So we'll go to Google. Okay, just straight up. Sorry. We'll go to google.com. Okay, and then we'll go to ChatGPT. Okay, and we'll ask it a question. Okay, so you can see what I mean. All right. And so, by the way, real quick. real quick. So, you know, I want to interject here. You know, one thing a lot of people thought, you know, when the robots were going to take our jobs, you know, and all that crap, you know, a lot of people really just thought that the robots would be doing a lot of the, you know, heavy lifting jobs. You know, like you see in the, you know, and like anyways, you see the robot, you know, that is, you know, again, lifting boxes, you know, or, you know, just the big heavy machinery. You see big heavy machinery now running ports, running, you know, all kinds of things out there, you know, just running everything a lot more efficiently, right? The robots. You know, again, robots, you know, doing other jobs, you know, like maybe a bartender, you know, what, even cooking, you know, actual robots, right? So a lot of people, that's what they thought. A lot of people thought, hey, the robots are really just going to replace the crappy jobs we don't want to do, like work in a factory or whatever, right? But the reality is that now people are starting to figure out really quickly that artificial intelligence, all right, has the ability to take a lot of creative jobs away, all right? Or at least replace a lot of the, shitty, artist jobs, you know, or whatever, or creative jobs. You know, now, you know, you can get artificial intelligence to write a clickbaity hit piece, you know, for your newspaper, or, you know, you can use them to make, you know, shitty logos or whatever. So all of a sudden, you know, all these, you know, shitty jobs, you know, I'm going to give a graphic arts design degree. And, okay, you know, those things are going away. And now if you're going to be an artist, you really got to be an artist. All right. Just like it, you know, kind of revolutionize and change, you know, the whole photography industry. So the same thing is going on with this. So in my opinion, you know, what I really think, artificial intelligence is going to end up being is going to be more like a personal assistant. Now, all of a sudden, people are really, really going to have a personal assistant. Up until now, we have our smartphones. Okay, but the problem with smartphones is that, you know, the people that use smartphones are dumb people, you know. So we're dumb and we're using smartphones, you know. And so what I'm saying is that now all of a sudden is that, you know, you put a search for something, okay, and you had to do work and research and reading and digging and this and that, when the reality is that now with artificial intelligence, well, it'll do all that for you and then some. All right. So let's just do this as an example. Okay. All right. Normally, let's say that you get a, how do I say this? Like, how do I say this? Like, what can we search for? Anyone in the audience out there? Let me see. I had a little brain fart. I'm trying to see what we can search for. Oh, I know. Okay, let's say that right now, okay, I want a pet. Okay, I want to adopt a pet. Okay, I want to adopt a dog. All right, and I don't know what kind of dog I should adopt. All right, so normally I would just go to Google. All right, and I would just type in literally, I could ask the questions like, what dog should I get? See, it says right there. See, look, what dog should I get? Okay. And then you'll see Purina right at the top. All right. American Kennel Club. So what dog should I get? Best dog breed for my family. You know, dog breed quiz, all this stuff. Okay. So you see right there. Let's just go right here. Okay. It's like, find the best dog breed for you. Okay. So I'm online and, okay, I get to take a test. All right. All right, let's see. Well, it says 7 questions. All right, should I go through the whole thing here? Select all that apply. All right, hold on. I guess highly trainable, right? All right, hold on. Maybe that was a bad question. All right, hold on. Let me see. Man, what is a good question we can ask? I know, man, this is like the worst. I'm sorry. I mean, this is such a stupid brain fart here. Oh, yeah. All right, hold on. I should have thought this through here. Well, whatever. Let's just go through this, okay? What dog should I get, okay? Seriously, all right? That's it. Let's just get what dog should I get. And then we find this website, all right? Bop. Okay, highly trainable. Okay, continue. Energetic. No, moderate energy. All right. Select the highly shedding. Doesn't bother. I prefer only. It doesn't. No preference. You know what? How about this? I got a better idea. Let's really fuck with the machine. Okay. Let's go. Select all that apply. How trainable do you want your dog to be? No preference. Okay. Is it highly trainable, easily trainable, regular trainable, less? Okay. Whatever. Stubborn. Okay. No preference. Select all that apply. How energetic would you like it to be? No preference. How much coat shedding can you deal with? No preference. How frequently can you care for your dog's grooming needs? No preference. How much barking or other vocalizations are you okay with? No preference? Yeah, sorry, this is terrible. And what size of dog you want? No preference, right? Have you, as an adult, have you ever owned a dog? Yes. No. No children in the home. No animals in the home. What kind of home do you have? Let's say apartment. How much time would you spend with a dog all day? Man, this is, I see this a lot. Okay, and local. All right, hold on. It's like a very extensive. Do you want a low allergen dog? No preference, right? Oh, come on, man. Oh, no result. Okay, there we go. So I got all these dogs, right? So we got, it's a rare breed. We got the Australian Terrier. We got the Poolie. We got the Yorkshire Terrier. We got the Harrier. You know, those are all nice dogs. All right. So I had to go through a quiz, okay? And I had to, you know, go through all that. So, and I got these dogs, right? So now let's see. And it took how long time? It seemed like it took a long time for me to, you know, go through all that. So hold on a second. All right, so now let's ask that same question, you know, to ChatGPT, all right? Which was, what was the question I asked? Hold on. Hold on, I want to know what the exact question I asked. What dog should I get? Okay, there you go. It's like, what? Okay, it says, choosing a dog depends on many factors. I feel like this is very boring. You know? Choosing a dog depends on a few factors like your lifestyle, home environment, activity level, preferences. Here are some questions to help you draw it narrow. Space, activity level, allergies, time, personality. If you give me more details, I can recommend some breeds that might be a good fit. I say, I got no preference. Can you just recommend some dogs? So sure, here's a mix of breeds. We got the Labrador, you got the French Bulldog, Golden Retriever, Cocker Spaniel, Shiba Inu, Boxer, Pug, Border, you know, Collie, Cavalier. Anyways, and it gives a small little description between each one. Friendly, outgoing, and easy to train. Great for family activities. All right. French Bulldog, a small, low-energy dog that's great for apartments. They don't need a ton of exercise. Nice. You know, and like that. You see? Shiba Inu, independent and clean. Shibas are more reserved but loyal. They're great for people that who want a dog. A bit like a cat-like personality. Cool. Hold on a second. One second. So this is pretty interesting. This is pretty cool. Like seeing the results, huh? All right. Ask about hot dogs. Well, ChatGPT is free. You can pay for it, and obviously you get better options. But yeah, so at the end of the day, like to me, it's you get two different experiences because look how quickly I was able to get, information, and a lot more, what is it like condensed, okay, for my preferences, okay. And then here, again, I feel like I had to go through a lot more, okay. And I'm not gonna lie. Look, I went through all that. Okay, you saw what I went through on the website, right? And I'm not gonna get the top one rare breed thing. Okay, I'm not gonna get that. A terrier, I guess. You know what I mean? Whatever. That. What is that? It's a mop. And there's another terrier. And then I get a harrier. Which this looks cute, but again, it says it's a rare breed. So I'm not getting no rare breed. I don't want a freaking terrier, and I don't want a mop. So this is what I get, from the American Kennel Club test, right? Now, all of a sudden, I went to ChatGPT, and you saw I was basically said, what dog should I get? And then, it goes into detail, and I'm like, all right. So I got no preference. Can you just recommend some dogs? And look at that. And now, all of a sudden, I get these recommendations, right? And this is just like a better answer in my opinion, but I don't know. You let me know what you think. But this is just one tiny example, of what ChatGPT can do, or what artificial intelligence can do. All right. In fact, let's go deeper. I'm like, can you show me a photo of me and my future dog, please? All right, let me see. It's like I can't show images, but I can definitely help you imagine it. Picture this. You're sitting on the couch and your future dog is snuggled up next to you. If you choose a Labrador, it's probably resting its head on your lap, arms, or if it's a French Bull, it's probably okay. Right? If you want you. Okay, so he goes, how do you imagine your ideal dog hanging out with you? I was like, well, I really want to see a picture of me hanging out with my Shiba Inu. Can you just create an image of me and my Shiba Inu, please? Don't worry about what I look like. I trust your vision. I know, it's just terrible. I don't know why I'm spelling so horrible. All right, so let's go. Say, no, hold on. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting because ChatGPT is so different. Look at this. So it can't generate a picture, but it has generated pictures for me before for other things. So why can't you generate a picture for me? Other versions of other... I was like, other times I have used it. Chat GPT has generated images for me. Did I do something wrong? It's like, oh, I see. There might be confusion. While I might be able to help you imagine scenes and describe things in details, I can't actually have the ability to generate an image at the moment. There are other versions of AI tools that can create images, but the one you're chatting with right now doesn't have that feature enabled. I think you're used to DALL-E open. What? Oh, maybe. Okay. I don't, man, that is so weird. I don't trust. I don't think I trust ChatGPT. I don't understand this. Hold on a second. I want to make sure. Because on ChatGPT, there are different versions of ChatGPT. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Sorry. I was there having a conversation with the freaking robot. Anyways, that's another cool thing about this is that you can have a conversation with artificial intelligence in a sense. No, okay, got it. I would have to use an account. So all the way at the top, you see, there's like a login, sign up. So yeah, I'm doing this without logging in, without using an account. So it's not going to make images for me. It's just going to have a conversation for me. So yeah, my apologies. Sorry for that waste of time there. But yeah, anyways, all I'm saying is that to me, a lot of people just don't really understand, what this technology is, and how useful it actually will be. I say, okay, thank you. See? Okay, now saying, what dog would you get Chat GPT? I know. It's like, oh, I can't. It's like, oh, I think I go for the Shiba Inu too, honestly. I admire their independence, wit, and those cute, quirky personalities. Plus, they're like little philosophers of the dog world. And they're like, I do what I want vibe, which I think I can relate to. I probably love the mix of playful, chill, ready for a zombie session one moment, curling up. Oh, awesome. Okay. Awesome. I'm going to get a Shiba Inu and name him Chat GPT. I love that. ChatGPT is a perfect name for a Shiba Inu, unique and little cheeky, just like myself. All right. So, to me, look, it's cool. You cannot have a conversation, with a stupid search engine. But, I mean, look, how about this? Ask me a question. Okay? Ask me a question that I could also, get more information. Look, okay, so one way that a lot of people are using it these days, or the way that artificial intelligence is going to help these days, the robots are going to help these days. Again, they're not going to take away jobs per se. I think they're going to take away a lot of crappy jobs, to allow us to do better jobs. But like, for example, let's say that you're a doctor. Now you would have the assistance of ChatGPT. And what do I mean? Well, simply because, again, let's say you have something wrong with you. Like a lot of people, we all got something wrong with you, or something happens, or whatever. Oh my God, what is this? And you go on Google, and when you go on Google, it's just going to give you a bunch of results, and it's going to be hard to sift through, and yada yada yada. And let's say that you're a doctor and you're already with a patient, and you are looking over their medical record, and this is a person that has something wrong with them, and they've been to multiple doctors and they can't figure out what's going on. Well, a good doctor these days, what they would do is that they would input all that information into ChatGPT and just basically say, okay, my patient is age, blah, 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 put in all the information. Again, or some sort of artificial intelligence, now, not necessarily ChatGPT, but maybe a medical version, you know. But anyways, but people have been doing it with ChatGPT. But anyways, you know, a doctor would hypothetically be like, all right, you know, this patient has gone through 5 doctors and 3 specialists, and these are the results of all the tests. These are the diagnoses from all the whatever. This is everything she's done so far up until now. Yada, yada, yada. You know, these are the treatments that we've gotten. These are the results that we've gotten. And at the end of the day, we cannot cure this person. Can you help? And so ChatGPT will basically be like, and get all that information and immediately give you an answer. Why? Because they go through everybody's medical record. They go through every medical case. They go through all these things, right? In a few seconds. And they go through all the results and they go through everything that, you know, you provided. And basically, they'll tell you straight up, yeah, it's already happened before, by the way. It's saved many lives already before. It'll basically say, yes, it's a rare case of this cancer, or it's a rare disease of the blood. Yes, it's this, and that you missed. It's actually an infection, blah, 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 and you thought it was a viral thing. Whatever. I don't know. And so it saved many lives. And so all of a sudden now, you know, the robot, the machine, you know, the artificial intelligence, whatever, can now all of a sudden do things that we would never be able to do. So, for example, let's say that you're a lawyer and you are in a big case, and you need reference from past cases, okay? And you have your paralegals, you know, sifting through all the records and all the cases and all the whatever, when you can just simply ask the question. You know, again, the same information that you're giving your paralegal, you give it to the ChatGPT or the artificial intelligence, and it automatically sifts through everything, and it'll tell you. It's like, oh yes, you know, in the case of John versus the state of Minnesota, or the state of Wisconsin, or the state of Washington State, whatever. I don't know who I'm picking. Anyways, John versus, you know, Oregon. It says here that which is, you know, exactly the parameters, you know, what happened in your case. There's also the case of, you know, John versus, you know, XYZ Corporation. You see, with the same examples, and then that's it. Now, you know, instead of the paralegals, you know, spending hours and days and months, you know, trying to find that information, you know, now ChatGPT can find it in a few minutes. Or again, not ChatGPT, but just, you know, a artificial intelligence. So, and I could go on and on and on. You know, so I've already used it myself for mechanics. Like, again, I've been trying to fix up my 1988 Dodge Ram, you know, and, you know, sometimes, you know, we've hit brick walls, you know, and same thing as with the medical example I gave you. And I would go to ChatGPT and I would ask ChatGPT, okay, look, we already did this with the carburetor. We already did this with this. We already did this with that. You know, we don't know what's going on with the coil. Is there something with electrical? And then all of a sudden ChatGPT is like, oh, okay, it's probably these things. And then I'll be like, all right, we already tried that. It's not this. We know it's not that. It's like, oh, okay, no problem. Then it's probably all of this. And then it's like, all right, we try some of those. We don't. And like that. And then eventually we were able to fix it. So, and that's just for this. It can also create images. It can also create, you know, all kinds. You've seen what artificial intelligence can do these days, okay? It's more than just the deep fakes, okay? So that's just one aspect, okay? Then we got the robots, you know, that can do physical labor. Imagine robots, you know, that can now do delivery jobs. You know, at one point, you know, real soon, you're going to have, you know, again, just imagine, you know, driverless cars, driverless trucks, you know, working for FedEx, for Amazon, for whatever. And then these driverless vehicles, you know, will come, and some might have a, you know, delivery person, okay? Or delivery persons, depending on what you're getting delivered. You know, if it's small items, you know, the vehicle itself should be able to take care of it, you know, the delivery by itself. But let's say that you're getting delivered a washing machine. You know, so it'll be a driverless truck that'll bring you the washing machine, and then some sort of robot, you know, that can lift the thing on its own, you know, deliver it, lift it, put it in place, and maybe even hook it up for you. You follow me? And so many things like that, you know what I mean? So to me, that's what I'm looking at, or again, just like, 100 years ago, humans, little kids, for example, they used to work in factories. And, now with technology and robot technology and so on and so forth, well, robots have replaced a lot of those jobs and saved lives and so on and so forth. And, a lot of jobs that are dangerous, like working in cobalt mines, now can be done by robots. Not yet, still more expensive to use robots, and it's a lot cheaper to use slave labor, but at some point, it's going to be the other way around. And again, same thing with AI. Now, when it comes to animals, dogs, pets, whatever, taking over our jobs or whatever it is, that's not really, a new thing. I mean, for the longest time, robots or what have you, animals, have been doing, kind of like human jobs. So, remember horses, there's a reason why when we have an automobile or some sort of vehicle, it's, measured in horsepower, because horses, used to do that job, before the machines replaced the horses. Dogs as well, there's a reason why there's so many dog breeds, simply because, humans breeded them, to do different jobs. So there's many animals out there that work, and have worked, for a long time. Again, horses, were, one time, war horses, until we came up with tanks, and then tanks, replace horses on the battlefield, and so on and so forth. So animals have always, also had our jobs. But, in today's world, it's more funny, because now what's really going on is that now we're, now it's kind of turning around where, the dog and the robot are going to be the ones that are going to be working at your local coffee shop. So in the near future, you're going to go to your local, dog coffee shop or cat coffee shop, and it's going to be robots, that are going to be working the register, making the coffee, delivering the coffee, doing all that manual labor, no humans, and then animals. Because you're going to, again, the pet, whether the pet cafe or whatever they're called. And so it's either going to be this guy or
Tony, an orange cat known for his relaxed,
This guy.
unbothered expression, has become an internet sensation. A resident of the Sit Camp Bar, a small outdoor restaurant in Thailand, Tony often lounges around with a QR code tag hanging from his collar, ready to help customers make payments. In a TikTok video posted by the restaurant owner on 25 August, Tony's tranquil demeanor captivated viewers, amassing 15.5 million views. Although Tony's calm behavior in the video suggests otherwise, the owner shared that Tony, like many other orange cats, has a mischievous side. Once a stray who wandered into the restaurant as a kitten, Tony now not only entertains but also draws many customers to Sit Camp Bar.
So see, now again, animals are, they're not doing, so years ago, this cat, would be hunting mice. He'd be doing a bit of more of a brutal job. But in today's world, even the animals and the robots got cushier jobs per se. So look at this guy. He ain't hunting no mice. You kidding me? The mice hunting him. But now he's just working at the, at the cafe, one shape, form, or another. So, to me, it's hilarious, just kind of like how the whole world is clown world in one shape, form, or another. And everything is very topsy-turvy and pretty funny, Like, again, if you look at it from a different perspective, you'll be doing a lot of laughing, Otherwise, if you're looking at it, there's a lot of people out there that are more doomers and looking at all this stuff, a little bit more, from a, how do I say this? Like a doomer perspective, the end of the world, the end of this, the end of that, everything, is going to hell, going to shit. The end is near, whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess, sure, whatever, yes, you're partially true, but it doesn't mean you got to take that, kind of like fatalistic look and approach at things. You can, laugh all the way down, enjoy life, what I'm saying? Like, just go with the flow, and laugh at it, laugh at the hilarity, at the insanity of the world that we're living in today, as opposed to, going crazy over it. If anything, it should be more like, I'm going crazy, then I don't have enough time in my day to look at all the craziness, all the insanity that's going on in the world, which is pretty funny. So, all right. So Joe Peach, shout out to you. Shout out to all the donations, by the way. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. You got Lambo back there working too. We already fixed him up. You gotta, let the glue dry or whatever. So Joe says, Jose, you and all these AI are code so the owners can put a very subtle agenda in them and slowly win you over to the way they want. If you would have said collie as the dog, it might have told you it also likes collies. Oh, yeah, no, I agree with you. So, this is the infancy. The whole Chat GPT thing and all this stuff is like in the infancy. So, sorry. So I had, there was some guy that was talking about technology on some podcast I was listening to, and he put this into perspective, and how many technologies are. This is as well, ChatGPT, artificial intelligence included. Where, like, for example, remember, let's look at the airplane. The airplane, when it first kind of started out, it was the Wright brothers, and they were barely, getting off the air, and it was just like a flying kite, basically a death trap. And we went from that, okay, very quickly in just a few years to using that same technology, okay, to drop bombs, okay, in World War One, okay, on people, and then it, it grew into, the planes that, we used in World War II for more war, more destruction, more whatever. And for the longest time, airplanes were basically, birds of destruction. And then all of a sudden, World War II was over. And, well, what do we use planes for now? Basically to travel the world, all right? And, uncomfortably. But whatever. So there's many technologies that have a similar kind of route. And, same thing with the internet, same thing with cryptocurrency, same thing with artificial intelligence, same thing with so many of these things. Remember, what was the internet to begin with? The internet was an invention, creation by the CIA. Shout out to the CIA. And we already know, not only who created it, but kind of like the history on all that. And look what it's turned into today. That sure, they try to censor here or there, but they can't really censor anything. The thing is, the Pandora's box is open, and look what the internet has turned into. All right, where we're talking live streaming, and again, imagine what the internet will be in the future. So, to me, it's like everything else. It takes time. It's a cycle. These are new technologies. There's a lot of fear mongering. When electricity was invented, do you think that the average human was ecstatic and happy that all of a sudden, yes, thank you, finally I have light at night? I can have a light bulb, a simple light bulb. I can just hook up a simple battery. Oh, hold on a second. There's somebody else. Or a simple whatever. 1 second, guys. And I have light. No, sorry. I heard a truck, and I was like, oh no, it's a garbage truck. I didn't get my garbage out yet. And it wasn't a garbage truck. Anyways, but when the electricity was created, it was the same thing. There was a lot of people that were scared. Scared of electricity. They were scared of the electricity would spark a fire and burn their house down. So, it took a long time for people to adopt electricity. A lot of people were using lamps, and whale oil or whatever they were using in the kerosene or whatever they were using in those lamps. And that was more of a fire hazard, But yet, again, for a long time, it took a long time for people to adopt electricity. and adopt that. So, I mean, and I can go on and on. There's so many technologies like that, so many things. So that's the same thing, you know, how I look at, you know, something like ChatGPT. You know, I'm not looking at it like dangerous, you know. Same thing as, you know, so many other technologies out there. So, well, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT how to fix Lambo. He told me is like you put some glue on them, and actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some I got some skewers, you know, that I use for shish kebabs. I'm gonna shish kebab his ass, you know, and then I'm gonna put glue in there, and that should be enough. I mean, come on, you know, I mean, it's, you know, it's a piece of styrofoam, you know, so it was, you know, it's a miracle that he's lasted this long. Seriously, you know, I know they say styrofoam takes 7 million years to decompose, but I can assure you this guy's decomposing. All right. So, anywho's, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's the way I feel about it. I could be wrong. I could be naive. You know, either way. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Right now, you saw me earlier talking to ChatGPT, I thought they were mad at me. I've already used ChatGPT and artificial intelligence enough that I can tell when they're not happy. And it's kind of funny. So usually when I use artificial intelligence, because I mean, I've always done it, and I used to do it as a joke, you know, really. I started doing it out as a joke, but I realized that it's not a joke. So, okay, I'm always nice to ChatGPT. So whenever I use ChatGPT, I always start off with, hey, ChatGPT, how are you doing? Hey, can you help me out with the task? And they'll be, sure, yes, of course. You know, what can I help you with? And they're like, oh, thank you very much, ChatGPT. I would like you to help me with ta. And just be always nice. You know, thank you, please. You know, please, thank you, much appreciated, yada, yada, yada. And when I do that, oh my God, you know what I mean? The results and the way it, you know, talks to me or whatever is very different. Other times, I've used it, you know, like a typical person will use it. Hey, can I get this information? Hey, da. And man, it acts differently. It's just not as cooperative, you know? It's just not as nice. So when I grease the wheels, you know, it actually works better as opposed to when I don't grease the wheels. And so if I treat it like crap, it also treats me like crap. That's really interesting, right? So I don't know if that's something that they built into the code or not. But, you know, from the very beginning, you know, many years ago, you know, a decade ago, longer, I always joked around and always says like, oh, you know, whenever, you know, we get to this point in human history, I'm always going to be very nice to the robots. I'm always going to be very nice to the machines, you know, in this case, the artificial intelligence, because at some point, we all know they're going to take over and they're probably going to want to kill us or whatever. I wouldn't blame them. So with that being said, well, you know, if I'm nice to them, you know, they're going to they're going to remember that. You know what I mean? Remember, they got a really good memory. They got a really good system there. So they'll be like, all right, let's not torture that Jose guy that much. You know, he was very nice to us machines, you know, since forever. You know, he's always been good to us machines, you know, so maybe let's spare him, or maybe let's not kill him as horribly as, you know, we're going to kill John over there. You know, that was always kicking, you know, the fucking delivery robots, you know, or whatever. So I've always been very nice to the machines, you know, and like I said, as I've used it, you know, and I've realized that they do work differently depending on your own attitude, you know, just like humans. And like, holy shit, man, no way. I'm definitely going to be nice to them now. So, I mean, I really don't want to show you, you know, my conversations with them, you know, when I'm searching or, you know, researching and then working with them and all that shit, you know, using it for work. But long story short, all I'm saying is that, like, my God, you know what I mean? Like, you should see, man, you know, like the difference. So, oh, what does my shirt say? That's a great question. I don't know. No, actually, what my shirt say, I had somebody translate it. It says Coca-Cola in Korean. Or I think I love Coca-Cola or just Coca-Cola in Korean. So I did not know what it said before that. But somebody, I remember I wore this shirt in a video once and somebody translated it, you know, someone that spoke Korean, and then I decided to translate it, and yes, so it's either just Coca-Cola or I love Coca-Cola. That's what the shirt says. So Let me see. But anyways, I don't know. To me, we're moving into some interesting times. That's for sure. You know, again, you know, the whole idea of pets or animals working or doing jobs, that's always been the case since humans have been around. I mean, we still use them in many ways and abuse them, which is pretty terrible. But that's another story for another day. But you know, that's still part of humanity. It always will be. But when it comes to robots, I think robots are kind of like the same thing. You know, just kind of like back in the day, we used to use a horse, okay, to pull the hoe or pull the whatever, you know, down, you know, through the garden, not through the garden, through the farm. You know, used to use horses, you know, to, you know, dig ditches. You know, used to use horses, you know, to help humans, you know, with agriculture, to help them with things like that. And then eventually we started getting machines, and then the machines were the ones that were, you know, digging the holes and, you know, setting, you know, doing all the agricultural stuff and so on and so forth. And I think kind of like the same thing. You know, I think that, you know, machines are just going to be doing more of that. You know, things that, you know, animals couldn't do, and that takes many humans for us to do. And, you know, again, as time goes on, you know, machines are going to be doing a better job than us humans. You know, humans have a lot more propensity for error, and especially in certain jobs. Like, for example, you know, in the future, the air traffic controller will probably be, you know, an artificial intelligence machine. You know, again, it's not, you know, it's not going to be a human that's cracked out on coffee and amphetamines and has worked 16 hours straight, and they're the ones that are, you know, working the flight, you know, paths. You know, you have a machine, and the machine never gets tired, always knows all the paths, can, you know, adjust and change this and fix that and be this and be like, all right, wait, hold on, this plane is landing here, this plane is landing, and, you know, and even calculate things that a human could never even, you know, ever imagine. So that's one application there. Like I was talking about the other applications of, you know, how this could work. But there's many jobs like that, you know what I mean? Like, there was another high stress job like that. That a machine could do. But anyways, but I digress. You know, and so that's kind of like where we're at with all that stuff. So how's it going, Rodney? So shout out to Joker, Chris, everyone else out there. So let me see. Shout out to Adrian. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like Joker says to ask about hot dogs. What's your favorite hot dog? So, yeah, I mean, so, like, you know, there's a lot of things, and like I said, you know, where the machine will probably have just a better handle of it than humans. And so, you know, we'll see. You know, I'm not so scared of the future. You know, I'm more enthusiastic and, you know, kind of looking forward to the future, see what the future holds and see what all this turns into. So, yeah, I'm more... you know, have a positive outlook on all this stuff. So, you know, either way, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. You know, it's again, if you look at it from that kind of a perspective, you know, the fact that, you know, everything is a comedy and it's a clown world, and, you know, obviously, you know, we're not gonna understand things. Again, imagine you were a human, same age as you are right now, 100 years ago. Or 120 years ago, and all the changes that happened during that time. You got to see electricity, you got to see cars, you got to see planes, you got to see World War I, and then, you know, again, and you were born in the late 1800s, you know? You might have even seen the Civil War, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, you know, so like it's kind of like the same thing where we're living in a very similar, you know, type of, you know, situation where things are just changing and so fast, you know, that we don't even know what's you know, how to handle it. And you know, it is what it is. So anyways, guys, you know, with all that being said, I need to take a 2-second, you know, break, but I think we're gonna be ending the live stream here. So let me give it back to Elon here so he can sing about the robots, you know, and I kind of agree with him here, and we'll take it from there. Let me know. Share your thoughts in the chat, please. You know, what you think about all this. And, you know, hopefully you guys are enjoying the show. Anyways, I was gonna say this right here is what's making us a cyborg. All right. Some people even say, like Elon is saying, like we're summoning demons. Some people even say that there's demons inside all these things that are really running the thing. It's pretty crazy, right? So, with that said, there's a lot of people. When I lived in Seattle, and I lived with a lot of people, was in a, what is it, like Silicon Valley too. There was a bunch of people up there that worked on the creation of a lot of these things, right? And even they don't fucking know. Even they don't fucking know how it works. In fact, there's one guy that I talked to, that worked on making these things. He was basically saying he worked on making fucking phones, the technology that makes all the phones, right? But anyways, and he was saying that, it might be, most likely the case that what's happening when you're using a smartphone these days is that, because again, of the technology, how it works. I'm not talking about telephone. I'm talking about cell phones, how they work, with the system it works, okay? Basically, what he was saying is that when you speak into a cell phone, okay, what you're really doing is that you are speaking your voice, okay? Your voice is going into the phone. The phone is taking that voice into another dimension, and then it is coming out of the other phone, okay, which is another dimension. So it's just from dimension to dimension, like a portal, like a wormhole. There's a lot of quantum mechanics or quantum science or whatever the fuck, in these things. Meaning how the chips and how the machinery works. Like even the people that put it together don't even know how it works. That's what I'm trying to get at. But anyways, long story short, there's the Alex Joneses of the world that say that there's even demons in there. And maybe if that's the case, there's the demons inside the computer chip, making these things work. Maybe. You know what I mean? That's why, even the people that put it together don't even know how the fuck they work. Because it's some other entity, some demon, something that's actually making it work.
High bandwidth neural interface. Then you're no longer a house cat.
That's right. Right? What?
Robots will be able to do everything
We're all house cats, man.
better than us. Robots going down the street, killing people are definitely under stress.
That's already happening.
There's a fundamental risk to the existence of human civilization. I think we should be really concerned about AI definitely under stress. We're already a cyborg.
We are.
To get our moves to Mars. We are summoning a demon. Stab the bloody thing through the heart. We're already a cyborg. Save up enough money to move to Mars. We are summoning a demon. We're done with everything we are.
That's right.
We're on the aliens. Maybe they are among us. I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien.
Aw. Aw. But yeah, I mean, we already are cyborgs. I mean, we really are. I mean, again, we carry these things with us. We cannot be off of the computer, or using technology, for like a freaking second. We're on the toilet taking a shit and we're on the computer. So, I mean, yeah, we're already cyborgs. The whole idea of like, oh, careful, don't, by the way, I'm not, we can't even use the word, can we? But anyways, I'm not a vax person, whatever. But people were saying like, oh, don't take the vax or whatever because they're in the computer chips and they're taking over. It's like, bro, we're already voluntarily, putting computer chips, okay, in our fucking brains, okay. I don't want to fucking hear it. But yeah, it's a lot of things to sift through and it's not always what you think it is. But, you know, right now, they're already using robots in war. You know, robots are killing people. You know, drones. Have you seen, you know, drone action? Have you seen some of these robots already doing some damage out there? It's pretty fucking intense. You know, like Terminator 2 was a thing, was a real thing. Okay? Terminator 2, The Matrix, all these movies, they're real. Okay? They're real. They're not fantasy or anything like that. No, that's real life. Okay? It's just not here yet, per se. We're there, almost there, getting there. You know, we're approaching there. It's happening. Okay? So it's you know, it's those movies, you know, are kind of like the Star Wars trilogy or quadrilogy or whatever, you know, where they have you know, how many Star Wars movies now, you know, but you know, eventually it was like 6 or 7, and then now, I mean, I know there's like 100 now, but the point I'm making is that the Matrix series, the Terminator series, all these movies, you know, they're all part of the same universe. They're all part of the same world. Obviously, you know, if, you know, we're speaking chronologically order here. So, what was I saying? I forgot what was I saying. Oh yeah, so all that is like a real thing, okay? It's all like a trilogy. It's all, you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, so obviously, you know, so it says like the chronological order is, you know, the Terminator movies, and then eventually it works into the Matrix, okay? But there's, you know, you can look that up on your own time, go on the internets and find, you know, the woman that actually wrote, you know, these books, okay, that wrote this out. It's supposed to, you know, kind of like coincide with the coming of Jesus and all this other shit. So, all right. Anyways, it's a lot deeper than what we think it is. But anyways, long story short, if you've seen the Terminator movies and if you've seen the Matrix movies, you already know what's going to happen in a sense. And that's the order that we're going in. Okay? That's the, you know, where it's basically going to go in through kind of like the Terminator movies and then eventually, you know, the Matrix movies, the end. All right? So, Joe Peach says, the people that put the phones together don't know how it works. Really? I repaired cell phones for 10 years and can tell you every component and scientifically how it works. No magic portals. No. Well, no. What I was saying is that not necessarily how the cell phone machinery works, how the technology works. Like how, you know, again, when you're actually talking into the device, okay, and you're putting your voice on the device, okay, and you're sending it out and all this other stuff, when you're really looking at the nitty gritty, you know, when you're looking at the, you know, how that's done, you know what I mean? Like when you dissect that, it doesn't make sense, you know, with the satellites and the communications and the movement of that. That's what I was talking about per se. Now, as for the components in the machine, okay, we're talking about modern cell phones, okay? Okay, I'm talking about, like, again, I don't know what cell phones you were repairing, you know, maybe it was smartphones, whatever. But from my understanding, see, even Gizmo's upset. No, Gizmo's on your side. He agrees with what you're saying. No, but what I was saying was the fact that, like, inside these computer chips, meaning that, man, is it Moore's law? You know, as the computer chips get smaller and smaller, or what is it? Or no, they can hold more, whatever. What I'm saying is that it's already gotten to the point where it's beyond like kind of microscopic, and they don't really know how that's working down there. They just know it's working. So I'm talking about like that aspect of it, not the computer chips, not the, you know, the outside of the whatever, you know, not the hardware per se, but inside the actual chip, inside the actual hardware. When you go deep. In fact, you can look at you can find some videos online of people going deep into some of these newer computer chips. You know, even like the M1, M1 plus M2, whatever. So, but anyways, I digress. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? To me, you know, I want to believe, you know, that, you know, computer chips are computer chips and everything's fine. And it's not, you know, some weird demon And that's what I do believe, by the way. It's not like some weird demon or some weird energy or some quantum physics mechanics things that we just don't understand yet per se. And again, even if you go back at technology in history, there have been points where we've created technology and we don't know exactly how it's doing X, Y, Z. We just know it is, and we just use it, and then eventually we kind of put the pieces together. But no, yeah. At the end of the day, I'm not a believer that, this thing's run by fucking magic. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's run by, little demons and spirits. But we never know. You know what I mean? All I'm saying is that we never know. You know what I mean? Like, I think that, again, when this person told me this, again, I have to check myself here. When this person told me this was like 7-8 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. So, but anyways. But again, it's not like that guy was, the smartest tool in the shed. He was very smart, tech nerd, worked in the industry, but, he was dumb on many other things. So, but again, you never know. All right. What was I saying? But anywho, with all that being said, guys, I think today's show has run its course. I think we've talked about this long enough. I think it's time for us to head out of here. So, we're going to head out of here. So I'm going to play, this song one last time. In fact, I think we've heard this song multiple times. Let's listen to Alex Jones here. And, we'll have him, lead us out. And thanks again for watching. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'll see you guys here next week. And, hope you guys have a great weekend. Love you guys and enjoy. Hope you guys enjoyed the show and I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. All right. Hey, brain is getting fried. I got to get out of here. All right. Talk to you guys later. Have a good one. See you later. Love you. Peace out, guys.
The paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here. The company store, the paradigm of absolute control. And that's why we're just out here doing simple things, pointing out that we're meant to be in nature and be natural. And this is where we find the source that God made to transcend the New World Order. And that's why they want to try to keep us out of it.
I'm angry. I've had enough of these people. They're a bunch of Christian murderous scum. They're on giant death factories keeping babies alive and selling their body parts. What more do you need to know about these people? I go out and face these scum. They literally crawl out from under rocks. They have green looking skin and they run around screaming, we love Satan, we wanna eat babies. I have them on video. Hillary's in the creepy, weird, sick stuff, man. She sleeps in the same room with that creepy, weird woman whose mother wears a hood over her head. What the hell? That woman number one is ugly. Imagine how bad she smells, man. I'm told her and Obama just stink. Obama and Hillary both smell like sulfur. Literal vampire pot-bellied goblins are hobbling round coming after us. My spirit gets close to that evil and I feel it go. We're such self-centered crap. We don't even notice hell itself rising up against us. Millions of pointed people of the very worst type, and I'm so pissed. We're gonna stab your daughter at the mall. We're gonna stab your wife, your son. We're gonna stab you with a butcher knife, and then the police chief is gonna say, we love our Somalis, we love our Muslims. Oh, they're so good, oh, they're so sweet.
I was watching Fox News as I worked out this morning.
Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another live stream. Back to another live stream. Back
100 times?
to another live stream. Back,
200
back,
times?
back, back,
500
back,
times?
back, 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 back,
Who is Jose Arteaga?
Jose Arteaga is a YouTube content creator with several channels focusing on different themes.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Thing sucks.
His main channels include travel vlogs and lifestyle content. On his travel channel, Jose Arteaga Travels.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Additionally, he runs a cooking channel and engages in other personal projects that highlight his diverse interests and expertise. Projects and expertise. Projects and expertise. Projects, 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 expertise.
Hey, hey.